it isn't very often I get a chance to stand up and talk to everybody, but first thing I want to do is thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for coming to Steicamp. We know it. Pardon me?
Use the mic.
Oh, I thought it was loud enough. You know what?
Keep it in. There you
I
go.
want to thank everybody for coming to Steicamp. This is really, really an important event in all of our lives. Looking back when we was kids, we had the Albert Steicamp family and the Ed Steicamp family and the Andrew Steicamp families. Our vacations at that time was to be able to go to their house. Transportation wasn't even very good when I was a little boy. And our big event was if we had the opportunity to go, because bearing in mind we're the only family with 10 kids and only one car. And so the ironic part of it was being Bob here, being in the middle of the family, the older folks got to go generally to these events at one time, and the younger folks got to go to the event the other time. And then I was in the middle. But I got along once in a while, you know. So, but we used to have some great times when we used to go to St. Cloud and see all the Albert Steicamp kids. Gosh, we was up there and we was fishing. Now, we fished a little bit different when, maybe that's a little better. We fished a little bit different up there. We used to go and, maybe 5 o'clock in the afternoon, this little stream ran through the barnyard up there at the Albert Steicamp family. And we would go and we'd put, or John and Donnie would go put the screens in front of the grates, underneath their driveways. And we would wait until about 10 o'clock. And then we would go fishing. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have ever fished at night, but when we went fishing, we would go out with a gunny sack. Has anybody heard of going fishing with a gunny sack? Well, you had a couple of other things too. You had a flashlight and you had a spear. And so you'd go out in hip waders boots, and you would be out there in the middle of the stream, and all of a sudden these big northern pike or walleye pike this long come along and you get your fish. And they're the best tasting fish you ever had. However, you know, so once we got caught, this wasn't legal. So they weren't too happy. I won't tell you all the story about what happened on that. But anyway, that's the way we used to go fishing. Now, I know we still fish a lot in Lake Travis down in Austin, but every once in a while I think about the wonderful times we had going up there, and then they had horses. Now, there's only a few people I think around here that have got horses, and I'm trying to think of, or love to go horseback riding. So how many of y'all have ever been on a horse? Oh, that's more than I ever thought. Yeah. I fell off of a horse one time. I was, and I won't take up any more time here after this story here, but I was with some brothers, and we went out to the Reinhardt farm, and they had horses, and so, but they didn't have saddles, and they didn't have bridles, so we would just take a lasso and put it around the neck, so there was no bit or anything in the mouth, so you'd pull on their reins for going. Well, we were going down this gravel road one day, two of us, lickety-split. And apparently my feet came apart or whatever because I started slipping off the side of that saddle. And first thing you know, I was in a crushed rock road, but I never got hit with one of the horse's hooves. But those are the fun things as kids that we do. And in this day and age, there's so many things with the electronics, things that people do that for entertaining their children. So this is a couple of the stories that I experienced when I was a kid. Any more questions, I'll answer.